And Cherry does say, "Oh, and don't worry about, the blindfold. I've been navigating like this most of my life. My family's been navigating the world blind for centuries.
Oh, well,
I,
that's
I
interesting.
I'm comfortable in a kitchen." And yeah, sets to work. Oh, and actually, before she starts, Cherry also stops and directly introduces her. Sorry, and introduces herself to both the kids. Reaches out
Yeah.
a hand.
Well, yeah, they both say, "Oh, hi, I'm Danny, and
Danny,
Hampton?
and I'm Regina."
Regina.
I just realized in my notes I wrote Dwight's cousin is not happy to see it. Not him, it. I didn't even do that
Man.
on purpose.
Damn.
Lydian taking a bit control there, not seeing Dwight as a person but a business
I see him
asset.
as a leech on my fortune.
Why do you still keep him around then?
Don't know. Oh, there we go. There's my notes.
So wait, it was what was the first one's name?
Danny.
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 Daniel.
So they're Dwight's first cousins once removed.
Alrighty.
Assuming Palmer is Dwight's first cousin.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, Katie goes, "So, how do you know Dwight? Haven't seen him in a while."
Well, we actually met out in Morricone Springs. I was performing, songs and music. That's a lot of how I make money when I'm not hired for specific traveling accommodations. And I'm always in the market for any news stories I could buy, and he sold me a couple.
He also robbed me.
That was how we met, and that was actually here. Let me check the timeline on this one. Oh no, that was not the person. So that was on the 24th. Today is the 10th. So it's been a little over 2 weeks. Yeah, so Jerry's like, that
Oh,
was a
wow.
little over 2 weeks ago.
Oh, such not so long then. Well, Dwight's always been good at meeting new people.
I like to think that's something he and I both share.
Surprised to see him. I thought
Another
he.
question. Sorry, just
Yeah?
does Katie, is she a good cook at all?
Yes.
Okay,
She's
cool.
fine.
I don't have to, either pretend like I'm a worse cook as I am to not show her up, or just show her up in her own kitchen.
Yeah.
Cool. We can avoid that.
I'm kind
Yeah.
of amazed Cherry doesn't feel threatened that someone else is good at cooking and I don't know, poor Grace.
No,
her
the
hands.
problem wasn't that Flora could play the piano. It was that, I will also travel with you and be another traveling, magically gifted musician.
I see.
That was the problem.
Oh, we're gonna get the stay out of my territory scene real soon.
Katie's like, I've always wanted to travel on a life of adventure. I mean, maybe I could travel and help cook for you. Lydian, as soon as we get out, Lydian's like, wow, this is the best meal I've had in months.
Lydian found dead that evening.
Nico found dead later, having exploded a tank. It took out three. It took out 3 neighborhoods.
Turns out the reason those Papaton vehicles can go forever is, well, when the engine fails, it's fucking horrifying.
It's nuclear.
Nico meets Katie and is like, wow, she's so, kind and supportive and not condescending at all.
And she can see you.
I almost think it would be the opposite would be worse. Like we meet someone who's like blind and deaf, but also a really good singer and like accommodator. That's where Cherry would feel like more threatened.
Well, I'm surprised to see Dwight, but thought he'd be all tangled up in whatever he has going on in Marion. But it's good. I guess it's good that he's here. Palmer has been on the. Well, Palmer has been quite frazzled lately for some reason. He won't say why.
Problems in the bedroom. No, Cherry
Okay.
doesn't.
Sherry,
No.
I think there's a reason why
I can
people.
stand outside and play a song.
I can play it to your rhythm.
Oh. Here, I learned this in a far-off land. It's known to, this melody, it's magical, and it's known to produce, much better, vibes for the bedroom. And then she just,
Snake has soundboard turned off.
I know he does. I'm sorry, but
I don't know why I thought you were going to say it produces much more sperm.
sorry, I was fumbling that for a while because I was trying to remember how Discord soundboard worked, but that one was mostly for Neo.
Yeah.
I think I must have muted soundboard myself.
Oh,
Right.
wow. So Neo's the only one who got the punchline of that joke I had to drag out
Oh,
for
no.
so long.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna link like one of those like old.
One of those old...
I was gonna say actual like people constantly used them when they were like making porno jokes and old guy with glasses videos. The stock.
Well, it was a similar genre of joke. This is one of like the three things in this Discord channel soundboard, the opening,
Yeah.
and this song is in fact canon to Hemlock too, established with Davros.
Okay.
I forget someone found the actual like what this is sampled from.
Yeah.
I maintain that this goes hard. This is
Yeah.
a good.
Anyway, so yeah, she says that. And you don't say problems in the bedroom.
Yeah.
What do you actually say?
Wow, the GM like railroading her.
Oh, okay, so yeah. Really, what kind of tents do you know if it's problems with work or just...
I imagine it must be some problems with work, but well, I don't imagine what's gone wrong if things were going so well earlier. We came into money, we bought this nice house.
What is it he does?
Oh, he works at a transportation company.
Well, and yeah, Cherry's, like, sort of puts a hand on her shoulder. I'm sorry to hear about tensions, and, what's the best way to approach this? Let me think for 1 second.
Sherry leans into her ear about this, and then she just goes, "Oh, weirdly vindictive today." She is.
Cherry is a nice person.
No, she isn't.
She's a nice lady.
Until
She's
she-
nice, but she's not good.
Yeah.
Until she gets threatened, like until someone threatens to do her job better.
Yeah, Cherry is gonna be sort of like comforting to her, give some anecdotes about, various other stories, and it's just sort of like, this was initially more of a prying for information, but now she's just going like, generic, like, trying to help someone, she's playing therapist, basically.
Okay. Yeah, Katie appreciates it.
Do you want me to roll charisma or anything?
Nah.
Alright.
So I guess we'll
Yeah.
cut back.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, Dwight puts an arm around Palmer's shoulder and goes, "All right, Palmer. So I'm assuming you haven't told the wife about the troubles then." And Palmer just sighs and goes, "No, Dwight. No, I have not."
Lydian really wants to
Troubles.
ask a question, but I think I'm gonna swallow it.
All right.
Yeah.
No, Lydian, don't ask it. You would be involved in Dwight's business. You want to get more
Yeah,
involved?
Lydian is like he's just kind of here. Like he's coming along, but he wants to see how this plays out for a bit. So he's just kind of just hanging around waiting to be acknowledged or like just kind of seeing.
Someone goes up to him. Not Mr. Lydian. I hear elves like them.
Yeah, Dwight just goes, walks ahead a bit and goes, in deep to a loan shark, and you
Oh.
don't even in deep to a loan shark, and your work suddenly has a rug pull. That's gotta be a lot of stress, man.
Dwight, you asshole!
Oh, Dwight. Oh no. Okay, yeah. Lydian's eyebrow raises like
Wait, what happened?
he's in with a fuck. He's in debt to a loan shark. And then the business, and Dwight is acting like a fucking cunt about it.
Yeah, what the
no.
fuck, Dwight?
Oh no.
Hey, Snake. Lydian got to keep the steam emitter device. He can use that on...
He didn't take it, but he's just his eyebrow raises, and like I think even Lydian's a little bit like, oh, ooh, that's gross.
There's some trouble afoot. Those enforcers have been coming around. That's what Jacob told me anyway. I don't know about is that all really happening?
Dwight, you fucking asshole!
Palmer. Flora has her arms crossed and she's like scrunching her face.
They're gonna get divorced.
Yeah, Lydian just looks at her and just says, "The man you love, huh?"
Wow.
But
Now
listen,
feels worse. This is getting bad. Cherry is having a nice, wholesome, conversation, and there's a lot of toxicity going on in this room.
I'm not taking that back, by the way. Lydian does fucking say that.
damn.
Wow.
Damn.
Oh. And
Nico.
y'all are calling Cherry toxic. Unbelievable.
I'm just gonna say,
I
Nico
think
just
what
pops
Lydian
in.
is saying is fucking fair with what Dwight just fucking said.
Yeah.
So yeah, Dwight sits down on the couch and just says, "Listen, he said you were covertly looking to get away from this all before something blows up in your face, and I was thinking I could just go ahead and give you my place in Marion."
Huh?
It'd be a downgrade from this house, but it could fit you, Katie, and the kids, and I just give it to you. You could just live there. I wouldn't mind. And
For
Palmer.
a very brief second, I thought, just as Dwight was getting suddenly much worse, he was going to propose, this sort of life swap thing. And, hey, I'm with Flora now, you have Katie, we could trade there, too.
Now, actually, yeah, okay, Lydian, does step forward and pipe up. Now, Dwight, while you're trying to act all smug and clever to your much more successful cousin while you hold any amount of power, I want you to remember something while you're acting this way.
He freezes up and, glares at you.
Wipe that look off your face, you little shit.
There's something, what's crazy? The past 5 minutes have made me actually like Dwight a lot more. There's something very, talked about how Lydian is Snake's, O'Malley, or Felina's my O'Malley. Dwight is kind of Neo's O'Malley.
He is. Oh god, a party of two O'Malleys.
He has
Oh.
that like master shake quality, you know.
You're looking to move in the line of your cousin's debt, which is really nice, but you were the one who was saying before I got here that I'm the one supplying the capital. So why
Oh,
am I taking on this man's debt?
oh, don't worry,
No, I'm worrying.
Lydian. See, Palmer, Lydian here, my friend. He has quite a bit of capital, but that won't have to factor into your debt at all. No, 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 no. You could just get away. I mean, let's face it. That Lone Shark doesn't have the arms to reach to Marion. And Palmer just says, "What are you getting at, Dwight? Yes, I've been looking to move, but you wouldn't just offer this to me without anything." Ah, cousin. All right. I guess I'll cut to the chase. How about I give you my place in Marion? You get out when you can, and in return, all I ask, uh,
Your children.
is
Your firstborn.
is your stock and title navigations.
The fucker
All
wrote
of
this.
it.
Fucker is after stock.
It's depressed at the moment, but it'll be up real soon if he gets his way.
You want my stock and my floundering company? Yeah, that's it.
Can't tell if
Yeah.
Dwight is being a genius or if he's just being really stupid.
Both.
So, Palmer just like wipes like his hand down his face. It's about this is quite a bit.
Meanwhile, Cherry's in the kitchen, like saying, I'm sure, Palmer, I mean, look, he's brought this house, like, sometimes new responsibilities can be stressful, but especially with some support, and, if you try to talk to him, I'm sure he can make this work and really, turn things around and continue to rise up and support the family. Cutting
Honey,
back
we're
to
moving
this
to
room.
Marion.
You know I hate Marion.
It's great.
Honey, I've sold the kids to my cousin, and we have to move into his slum in Marion now.
Honey, I'm thinking of a permanent vacation. Oh no.
Yeah, just your stock. I'll get your 10% of the company, and I'll meanwhile you know the accommodations of this nice house before it gets repossessed would be also greatly appreciated. Other than that, my place is your place. And Palmer like swallows something for like putting like a wiping his brow and like thinking really hard.
Palmer, I got a
I
question.
feel I
Palmer,
feel
I
like
have a-
Lydian should be a little impressed.
I mean, he is, but he also really doesn't like this. He doesn't like how
Yeah.
Dwight is getting too big for his boots. There's also something slightly sickening about all of it. Palmer,
Now
can
it's
I-
Lydian's turn to feel his place in the dynamic threatened.
Palmer, can I ask a question?
What would that be?
You found this company.
I was an early investor.
Early investor. Just an investor? You do any specific work at the company? Engineer, builder, planner, talk with the city? What is it that you do?
Finances.
Finances. So, how exactly do you wind up being as a member of a public transport service indebted to a loan shark.
I just wanted to impress. I just wanted to give the wife a better place. And I figured with what I was making, I could pay back the loan easily. And then this
it all.
public funding thing happened.
I see.
Oh, I want Cherry to have a chance to talk to this guy so bad. She could. Oh, I need her to get in this dude's head.
Well, I think you shouldn't move to make a decision right now. Hey, the bailiffs aren't kicking your door in at this very moment. I'm really not asking who the loan shark is because I don't
Yeah.
want to know. I'm terrified what the answer could be. Please be O'Malley. Fucking. No. Let's all stop, have dinner, and time to figure.
Have dinner. You mean lunch?
Dinner.
Oh yeah, lunch. We're just getting started. Have lunch and let ruminate on Dwight's fret a little bit, because I'm pretty sure that fret affects me too.
Man, imagine being Dwight.
Yeah,
Imagine being related to fucking Dwight.
Imagine Dwight getting one over from you, using his familial relationship against you. By the way, so you've kept this from your wife. How exactly do you know this, Dwight? What channels did this information travel down?
Cousin Jake, like I said. He had to confide in someone, and then Cousin Jake came to Marion and confided in me.
You really gotta stop. You know, I get why you don't like one cousin, but I think you better start disliking two cousins.
See how Palmer's like, yeah, I'm gonna think about this, Dwight. I'm gonna go see how, gonna go check on the kids. Alright, and he walks out of the room for a bit, and Dwight just looks at Lydian, and says, why are you undermining this?
Why am I undermining this? You were a bit sneaky last night yourself. I don't know, something about... I can't say I'm much of a family man, and hey, I appreciate the ruthlessness, but that goes both ways, don't it? You see me be ruthless with other people, why should I be light with you?
This benefits both of us.
I've not exactly had it made clear how it benefits me yet. We're walking into the line of fire of his debt. You're telling me not to worry about it, but you're moving into his house, taking his company, and he's disappearing. You don't think that loan shark is going to come knocking down doors and seeing, hang on, his cousin Dwight just moved in and he's moved out. Well, I think he's picking up his bill. And then, oh wait, who's the man with the money? Oh, turns out I'm picking up his bill.
Oh, believe me, that'll be a non-issue.
It'll be a non-issue. We are inviting this man's debt during a depressed economy.
We're gonna strike it big, Lydian.
That is an awful lot of confidence. You had an awful lot of confidence yesterday when you almost got us all killed. I'll remind you of that. That was a literal hole. I don't want to climb in a financial one with you.
Trust me, it's gonna work out. And Flora sits down, like, on another couch, on, like, the couch opposite him, and just looks at him and just goes, you're really showing, some interesting...
True colors?
I didn't know you were capable of that kind of manipulation, Dwight.
Touche.
Flora, come on. I'm helping him. He's getting out of the reach of the loan shark.
Oh, fuck it, I've got to ask. Actually, no, I want Cherry to be in the room when I ask.
No. Yeah, no, Oh no, I'm so excited for Cherry to like re-enter the situation, because Cherry has stuff to do. With this situation.
I think Lydian's just gonna sit down and bide his time, like inwardly. Like I think even inwardly, Lydian's like, Wow, like, I'm not sure I could do that to a fucking family member. Like, more than anything else, I just thought Dwight was ineffectual. No, he is fucking pure ruthless.
So
So yeah,
Palmer was
Palmer
going
walks
to, yeah.
into the kitchen and checks on the kids. Just says, checks on Danny and Regina. Just
Was
tells them
Regina like blonde, kind of bitchy?
no.
Actually, how old are we talking with these kids?
They're like they're both 7.
Okay.
Let's say yeah.
Gotcha. That was about what I was picturing.
Mm-hmm.
But
Just
yeah,
he looked up. Says, so things going all right in here? And Katie just, oh yeah, she's been a great help.
we have some, and I don't know. Yeah, we can say like have the food ready.
Yep.
Here we have. This should be enough for everyone. And I made both tea and
smells
coffee.
good. All right, good. Yeah, honey, I think I'm gonna need to talk to you about something a little later, but that can wait. Oh, all right.
Ooh, Cherry's ears perk up at that. So when we go back out to the main room, like what's the vibe? Is this
I
I
think the
assume
vibe is like insanely tense. Like there is a
Yeah.
coldness in the air where like no like Dwight and Lydian aren't talking. I don't know what Flora's doing, but like
Yeah. Okay, but so this is the previous business discussions are now not being talked about, I assume, now that
Yeah.
the wives are back.
the fucking dick measuring contest in the garage has like escalated. The dicks are now out. On the table.
Okay, Cherry is going to try and find the first opportunity that she can to kind of get a moment alone to talk with Lydian. Like, going to
Yeah,
the bathroom or something.
yeah. Katie just says food's on, and yep, go to the dining room, I guess. Suppose.
Very tense.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know, like if Lydian has to go to the bathroom or something at some point while
Cherry
he's gone.
says, "I'll attend him."
No, Cherry waits a minute before he gets back and it's like, ooh, I have to go too, and I'll go and wait, and then tries to like corner him,
Okay.
on his way back.
I'll aim for him. When he looks
No.
down, he can't see it. You see.
But neither can she. We just piss on the fucking wall. It's fine, it's gonna be Dwight's house soon, what do I care? Piss on his wall. No, okay, yeah, so maybe at some point, yeah, Lydian just goes, do you mind if I use the men's room?
Well,
Go
you
ahead.
think they're so wealthy they have gender segregated bathrooms in their own home.
Yes, they are doing that well.
That's why Dwight wants his house.
And one bathroom for no one, just for show. Anyways, but yeah, just Cherry's, once he gets a chance to corner him, what the hell happened out here? I could hear the tone of the room, but with the kitchen and conversation going, I couldn't get.
Okay, so yeah, Lydian, like, beat for beat, just tells her, like, explains, like, well, he did this, he's in debt with a loan shark, and then Dwight was putting the screws to him, and, like, he's trying to move him out, take his shares in the company, we'll take on the debt, and then we'll have his company.
Wow. And Cherry, you see her kind of like considering some stuff, like factors running through her head. How did Flora react to this?
She didn't seem to like it. She, seemed a bit taken aback, like she was looking at someone she didn't recognize.
Okay.
But I'll say
Interesting.
this, I think I may have misunderstood and underestimated Dwight. He'd been plotting that, and it was mean.
At the end of the day, regardless of any miscalculations in terms of his character, his play, if more ruthless than we thought, is still, or sorry, no, she doesn't say we, she says you,
Mm.
is still messy, blunt. I'll see what if you give me till the end of the day at least, I'm gonna try and put some pressure in some places, see if I can't set things up to get us in a more advantageous, or no, she says, again, to get you in a more advantageous position.
Sanka, I think you better know as well. I challenged Dwight on his actions, and he stood firm. He thinks he's on stable ground with this, enough that he's willing to stand against me, when I'm the one who's carrying the money he'll need to carry this out. He thinks it's a sure thing. He thinks I'll buy in and we'll all walk away rich, but I think he wants to walk alone on that final stretch.
I doubt he wants to walk alone,
Well, no, you know what I mean. Without us. Without me.
but not without Flora.
Not without Flora. Though, the way he was acting in there towards her as well. He expected her to roll over and just accept it sounded like.
Dwight is lacking in many things, self-awareness first and foremost of them. He didn't even realize she was into him for all the time they'd spent together, which a penguin could have realized that. I don't know why I went with penguin there. I don't know why that was the animal.
Penguins, not known for their lack of awareness.
There was that one penguin that was in love with like the anime girl cardboard cutout.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, I don't know why. I just tried to think of something.
You just reached for an animal and the penguin.
Yeah.
What kind of penguin are we talking about? An emperor penguin?
A blue fairy penguin.
Oh my.
Penguin.
Okay. So,
Now,
ignoring that very odd analogy.
The wife doesn't know about the loan shark and the debt, it sounds like.
He does not. Though he did say he had something to talk to her about later. I'm going to try and get to him before that happens. In the meantime, Dwight, I'm not expecting to be the most difficult to manipulate, though.
Well, I
want to be careful.
I think I'm going to turn down the offensive a little bit. He knows I'm against this, so I'm just going to stop being so upfront about it and see how this plays out for a little bit. Seem a bit more cautious.
Cherry nods at that.
Sounds
Lydian better get back to the breakfast before she does.
Yeah,
Not to arouse
Lydian
suspicion.
heads over there and sits down and just says, "Sorry about that. Travel food. It sticks around."
Mm-hmm.
Cherry made such a delicious, nourishing meal. You got a +1, and this is how you fucking talk about her cooking.
It was a -1 to shitting though. Like, even though he didn't really go.
No.
I don't know. We were subsisting off nuts. So he could just turn to me and say, "Wow, nut cuck right now," and for all he knows, he could be right.
He says Dwight calls you nutcock and Lydian fucking loses it.
I feed him to O'Malley.
I was gonna say that was a mushroom soup. Mushrooms are a great source of fiber.
It's almost like Lydian was lying to excuse being gone a long time.
Her Cherry takes pride in her cooking. We
Such
got
pride.
another traveling musician. It's just. What's next? Another blind person.
A person who's better at being blind.
Yeah. Ariana was blind for a minute there. What if we got blind Ariana?
Ariana sees her and goes, "Wow,
Cherry-
you're still blind. Skill issue."
Cherry is only blind in 2 eyes. Ariana was blind in 6 eyes.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. Yeah, I just sit down. So, it's a lovely house you have here.
Oh yes, we got it just a few months ago.
Oh, word, my word. How long were you waiting to move into somewhere so palatial?
Oh well, it was just getting a bit cramped in the old place with the two kids. I like having my own room, Danny says as he scoops up some eggs.
It is rather
Hey,
nice to
Cherry,
have
just
somewhere to rest
as
your head.
as a little my thing, like both in the kitchen and thing. I think Cherry's been like bonding with the kids. Cherry is really good with kids. She has a soft
All
spot
right.
for them. Um, she's been spending a lot of time sort of talking to them and stuff too. Anyways, sorry.
Lydian... God, I said I wouldn't go on the offensive. So I shouldn't say what I was gonna say. Yeah, I've had enough of this. I've controlled the scene enough. I'm like, just kind of like... I think... Lydian thinks about saying something, then just kind of looks at Dwight for a moment, and then, like, he just kind of stops and says, life on the road is, it's an interesting thing.
And Cherry, like sort of like says, I suppose. It's funny. It's all I've ever really known. It's always seemed more weird to me to be in one place.
Oh, Danny, you like having your own room, and... Oh, it is nice to have somewhere to rest your head, but... Just when you're on the road, everywhere is somewhere you could rest your head. The world is your oyster.
The world is your bedroom.
Yeah, Regina just says, I'm going to be a traveler when I grow up.
Oh wow, what do you want to do traveling?
Swing a sword.
A classic
Oh my.
adventurer in the making.
Here's my sword. It's pretty small. You should be able to wield it. Here, do you want to try?
Just bisects the table.
Just stabs her brother.
Hey, look, there's a monster, points at Dwight. Well, no, can't say it, damn it.
You know that 60% of adventurers quit or die in their first year?
I just thought that was interesting.
I just thought that was interesting. See, that's something Nico would say if they were here.
Yeah. I wish... Fuck, why did we leave Nico in the other scene? I'm sorry, Swede.
It's fine.
I call him up on the phone and tell him to come over here. It's really funny.
It's like I wouldn't have wanted Nico for the whole tense, like, scam plot thing, or not scam, loan shark thing, but I do want Nico to interact with these two 7-year-old children.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have anything to do at the actual dinner here.
All
Yeah,
right.
I think we're just. I think we're eating in awkward silence and trying to make small talk. Like Lydian has so much he could say, but he did just tell Cherry he's gonna lay off.
Yeah.
Bide his time. He is watching like throughout the dinner.
The luncheon.
Throughout the luncheon.
Brunch.
The bruncheon.
Yeah.
I do have a move. No, I don't. You know, I can I do this? This
Do
is
what?
like tricky. So I've got the move backup plan. When you meet with someone on business, you may ask the GM 2 questions from this below. Would you say that this has been anything of a business meet in regards to like Palmer?
In regards to Palmer, yeah. Sure.
I am going to put so I've got 2 questions. I'll put the list of questions here, but
You see why I didn't want this scene to happen off screen?
No, it's very good.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't
Oh.
actually want it to happen off screen. I was just trying to put.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have let that happen. I just wanted Dwight to fucking know.
Yeah.
Even though I think that's backfired. But I'm gonna ask, what are they really feeling? Like, Lydian is watching these two throughout the dinner. I'm sensing great fucking hate, basically. But
Palmer is greatly considering taking Dwight up on the offer.
ooh, okay. I don't know anything else that's really relevant, but I guess no, I know what is my best way out of this.
Best way out of what?
The business arrangement. It's a bit awkward, but basically, like, if I basically Lydian is trying to think of like, how do I put this? Lydian doesn't want to pull out until he's absolutely certain this is a bad idea, but when it like he wants the exit available at a moment's notice, if that makes
That
sense.
was his philosophy during his marriage as well.
Like he's trying to think of all the angles of like, okay, I'm keeping Dwight at arm's length here, but I'm not really pulling that ripcord. You don't actually have to answer that. I think just keep in mind, like, Lydian is, like, answer it now, but Lydian, that's, like, that's on his mind.
Right.
Like, I think he's gonna do that tomorrow by, like, getting more of the lay of the land in town on his own to kind of, like, figure out who's the loan shark, what's the laws here, how do I keep... Basically, I need some angle on Dwight where, like, if Dwight gets fucky, I can just immediately go, no, fuck you, got leverage, and, like, flip it on him. But that's on me to figure out. I need something cautious.
Yeah, that wouldn't really apply to this
Yeah.
question with Palmer, I don't think.
You know, I'll just ask who's watching. Very bluntly, who's watching.
Who is
wife.
watching? Yeah, well actually his wife is very she's seems sort of naive to the tension.
Do I like see anyone like outside passing by, like any of the loan sharks just keeping tabs on the? I mean, I wouldn't know from the look, but like any suspicious customers like eyeing the house or whatever. Like if I ever catch a glance out the window or something.
In fact, actually, yeah, I will say that sometimes you catch a glance out the window, you see someone eyeing the house, and it's one of the same people who came to you this morning.
Oh god, what was the name of their company? I think I wrote.
Aratus Incorporated.
Raditz.
Oh, Aratus Incorporated.
How's that spelled?
Radditz.
Oh,
Oh no!
Yes! Yeah, okay, perfect. Oh no.
See, this wouldn't have worked if this was like like the standoff at the morning wouldn't have worked if this was like a TV show and we could visually see the spelling on the sign.
Yeah, I did. Oh my god, no. I'm writing that down. Yeah, Lydian takes note of that. It's like, okay. Yeah, fucking hell, it really did just hit me how, yeah, that attempt this morning was a pure O'Malley tactic. Oh no. I'm feeling lightheaded. Fuck. Oh, I'm excited. Yeah, Lydian, like, yeah, he takes note of that. Kind of, like, returns to the dinner table. You know, I had a mighty interesting, confrontation on the way in this morning.
Oh, what happens?
Oh, it was hell of a sham that someone was pulling. We just parked up out on the horizon outside of town, just in Badlands. Place was bombed out during the war. A couple of guys came over that morning, trying to extort us for money. saying, "Oh, your own
Oh
private
my.
property, this, that. You know, you can't park here, but for some remuneration, we'll let you go." Tiniest sign in the world. Oh, Radis Inc. expected us to fall for that, and like
Yeah.
Lydian looks right
Palmer
at Palmer.
immediately yeah, he immediately like shivers and tightens up. Radis Inc. You say?
I do.
Yeah. Katie just says that's who would buy a bombed out, useless wasteland.
Oh, I doubt they really did. They threw a sign down there and just figured anyone who's stupid enough to fall for their games would pony up the dough.
Hmm. Oh, it's a good thing you got out of that.
I don't think it'd be too hard to have gotten out of that. I've immediately gone back on the offensive, but in a way Dwight won't understand. Oh, I really need to thank you for this meal. This is delightful.
Oh, thank you. I should be thanking your you should be thanking your travel companion as well. She helped out a great deal.
Oh, I am forever thankful for Cherry's help. Exceptionally talented in what
Oh,
she puts her mind
it's
to.
it's so ironic what she's about to do. She's about to do something I think a lot better than the previous thing like this that she had done if she gets her chance to. Um,
It
but yeah, you can continue. Sorry.
it's like we're traveling with a 5-star restaurant. It's truly something.
Wow. Thank you. Gary from the other room smiles.
You could just, I don't know, like when people are talking about you, you sneeze. Just.
That's why her hearing is so good, so she can listen out for compliments from a mile away.
Yeah, I think that's all Lydian's got. But yeah, he
Okay.
got what he needed to from that
Nice.
reaction.
So Cherry in that case, if he got that, Cherry is gonna try and corner, Palmer at some point.
All right, after the brunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After
All
the
right.
brunch.
Yeah. So let's say like after the brunch and they say So what are you? Yeah. Katie just goes on like this. So what are
I'll be
you
right
going
back.
to be? All right. So what are you going to be? So what are you doing in town then? What are you going to be doing around town?
Oh, who was that to?
Was Lydian,
Oh, okay, right.
Lydian and Cherry, Dwight and Flora.
Okay, right, yeah. Well, I've heard about. Oh, he can't even say it, but even though it's true. Well, we are. I'm a traveling businessman of sorts, and I've been hearing rumblings of opportunity around Custer lately, and I've come to throw my hat into the ring, as it were.
Oh, well,
That's part
best
of
of
why
luck
we
to
stopped
you.
right here. Dwight was, had really talked up how, savvy a businessman your husband was, and, certainly couldn't get a better possible start on business here in town.
Oh, well, he did have a keen eye for that company.
This is giving me, you know what this is vaguely reminding me of? Remember in fucking Fargo when, like, VM Varga stopped by their house? Yeah.
And we're really trying to talk around the real issue.
Yeah.
Because we're just trying to keep the wife, like, out of the loop as to how bad this situation is.
We have some dealings more in the realm of finance, isn't that right, Dwight? Alright, supposed to be. It's just, ma'am, your husband is such a consummate businessman.
Well,
Yeah.
best of luck in those endeavors.
Well, thank you. We recently established some rather fertile grounds up in Marion, and well, we're stretching out. We got locations here and there up and down Hemlock at this point. Just seeing the way things is going down here, and well, I'm already mighty charmed with this little town.
Yeah, Custer's a very nice place. As long as you can be in some of the in the nice areas.
Everywhere has its nice places and its dives, its haves and its have-nots. And like when he says have-nots, he does kind of look at he does look at Dwight. You traveled much? He says to Katie.
Oh well, I Palmer and I used to live in Marion when we were growing up. We moved house to Custer after we started dating.
What made you move, if you don't mind my asking?
Well, we just felt it would be a nice place to go to, and
It's
he
it's
Palmer
definite.
had Palmer had some Palmer had some intuition about some business that he could see to, and it wound up working out.
It sure did. Well, if you don't mind my saying, someone who very much enjoys the lively energy of Marion, this is a much better place for kids, really. The Marion's a town of nightlife and excess, and could be rather, it could be a bit much for a child to take in.
Oh yes, I couldn't agree more.
Cherry very like if Lydian pays any attention, you can tell she like almost says something a couple of times in that and then doesn't hold her
Just
tongue.
holds back.
Yeah. Not even for like thinking better of it, but just like almost like she thinks about saying something, then like reconsiders it and like, like it's a much more internal struggle.
Hey, it's all worked out so far. At least looks that way.
Well, hey, if you have any trouble finding a place to stay, we could always help out. This house is quite spacious.
That is a mighty fine offer. Before I impose, because I don't want to be too rude, but we do have an additional traveling companion who can be. He looks at the kids. Can be a little all over the place.
Oh, that'd be fine. We have plenty of room.
Uh,
We have
Picturing like having a dinner tonight and
we
Nico
have
is at
two.
the kids' table off to the side.
I do want to get Nico in this house, like stat.
We've got two guest rooms in the basement, and Palmer is just sort of nodding along, a little strenuously.
All right, I'll go collect him. I'm sure it'll be fine. He's a bit eccentric. He's a child at heart. It's only that heart is beaten at 300 RPM. BPM. Fuck.
Sounds like
It is
an
actually
interesting
spinning. It
fellow.
is doing revolution.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a very Nico thing to have
Yeah.
your heart be going at RPM instead of BPM.
Oh, if you don't mind, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go get some air, and I'll go. I'll go let my companion know about the arrangements. And
Of course.
Cherry, do you want anything? Do you need anything?
No, I think I'll be fine, thank you.
Alrighty. Yeah, he gets up and he just kind of says, "It was lovely to meet all of you, and I'll be back in a little while. Just got to attend to some business." And yeah, I'm gonna go make it so Swede doesn't just have to sit around in silence.
Yeah.
Which I'm.
Actually, wait.
Hello.
At Cherry real after waits until Lydian starts to leave, and then is like, "Oh, actually, there is something," and she's going to go to Lydian, and she says, is handing over, like, goes to approach him, like, wait up, and she hands him her bag of coin, and there's 63 coin in there.
Right. Let me just add in brackets to
Yeah.
my own coin count. Brackets 63. Brackets cherries. Why do I? Is there a reason I need to be carrying this?
this might not be enough, but, I haven't been paid in a little bit either.
Oh,
Can
that
you buy me... Do you think you can buy me a gun? Nothing expensive, something cheap.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry, it's not for me. And she goes back into the house at that.
Wait,
Just
stop.
leaves.
Wait, no, he does grab her by the
Okay.
shoulder. Just thought there's something else you should know. When I was coming back from the bathroom, I caught something out the window. Those same guys from this morning who tried to pull a little game on us, rat, they are keeping an eye on this house. I think that's our loan shark.
Good. Good.
Right.
I can work with that.
Jarrett, one last question, and actually, no, you go ahead. I'll be on my way.
Plausible deniability. Don't make yourself an accessory.
Yeah, I'm the one buying the gun.
Okay. Actually, I kind of really need to pee. So, could we do picking up talking to Nico scene real quick? I'll be back in
Oh,
like
Swede's
a minute.
away as well.
Oh, never
No, I'm
mind.
here
Oh,
again.
Swede's back.
Oh, yeah.
Woo!
All right.
All right.
I'm gonna be back in like 1 minute, but just
All right.
figure.
Okay.
Yeah, I head back to the garage, the garage.
All right. Where Nico's been hard at work, I'm assuming, just slowly disassembling, taking off the chassis and all that.
Yeah.
All right.
My
All
word, this is advanced.
Of course, it's advanced. It's Pathaton technology. The finest minds of our generation have been failing to understand it. How about yours?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
The finest minds of our generation have been failing to understand it. How about yours?
Oh, I'm yes, only starting to understand it.
Well, I've paid up this place for 3 days, but we might wind up being here longer.
Wait, look at this.
I'm looking. What am I looking at?
So you know how screwdrivers in Hemlock don't have a standard. It's quite annoying, yes.
Yeah, it's really it's really annoying that the screwdrivers are not standardized.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Vexes me every night, Nico.
I lay awake at night, tossing and turning like a screwdriver does,
But
ineffectually.
look, the screws on this, they're all forming some uniform standards.
Is that the secret of Pathaton? They standardize their fucking measurements.
Yes, they actually used Phillips screwdriver
Oh, right, I
standard.
see. That's amazing. That's truly something. They did the most sensible possible.
I know. They were truly more advanced than we could ever be.
I believe it, but are you any closer to figuring out why this thing was able to stay powered for 5,000 years?
Oh, actually, Neo, do I roll for that?
Well, you'd have to get at the engine first.
Yeah, no, Nico's been working.
You've been working at it. Roll intelligence. Okay, you've managed to get at the engine safely.
Yes, I've gotten to the engine.
Genuinely cracking up. It's not standardized screw. Why is that so funny to me? Okay, yeah, he's gone at the engine. It is a very in keeping with Hemlock idea.
So yeah, Nico got into the engine. Do I discern realities on it, or do I know? Can I figure out what it is? What this engine is?
Discern realities on it. Go ahead.
I'll be using my logical skill
Oh
to
boy.
deduce.
Oh boy.
All right, you get 3 questions.
Question 3.
the questions 3.
What here is useful or valuable to me?
The engine is a complex sort of mechanism, but a lot of it seems to be all centered around this one bright, glowing yellow like battery almost. Like it's got it's like a square with a gem in it.
Ah, it's like a core. Yes. So I figured out the power source seemed to be. It's well. It's
Hang on,
pretty
does
obvious
that
for
look
anyone.
like anything like an emberstone? Or is it distinct from an emberstone?
It's pretty distinct.
Okay.
Yeah. Look, I found it. So you might be thinking of an emberstone, but this is not an emberstone.
What am I looking at?
I don't know.
Oh. Well,
But it
that's
is
a start.
Well, I can deduce that this is the core of the machine. This is what powers it.
Now we just need to figure out how and how we can recreate it.
Yes. Or at least in theory, I figured you could probably substitute that with another power source, but it might not be powerful enough to run the machinery.
Well,
Just in case we fail to reverse engineer it.
if we fail to reverse engineer it, then I feel like we're about to lose our big edge.
Well, we could reverse engineer the machinery at least.
But that machinery might be too, how would I put it, too cumbersome to power with anything lesser.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless we make it more efficient.
Yes, I'm always good at making that. Anyway, I have two more questions. What is valuable, useful? What is not what it appears to be? Is there something odd about this machinery?
Well, it's all centered on that light there. And if you take out the crystal there,
It's safe to take out the crystal.
yeah, once if you carefully remove the crystal, a lot of the machinery just the machine it starts to its glow dims quite a bit.
Yes, as I suspected, this core is quite literally core to everything.
And the machinery don't like it when you take it out of there.
Yes.
How does it...
What do you mean? What do you mean don't like it? It's not living.
Well,
We're not praying to some machine spirit here.
Sure, we're not.
Lydian quickly puts away his mechanicus robes.
Sweet. Lydian literally talked to the soul in this machine. That was one of my magic spells last time to figure out how it worked. I talked to it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But I was a bit cagey about it, so, it's not like, not like Nico was to know. No, I totally didn't talk to the machine.
Anyways, now Nico puts it back in.
Yeah, its glow returns as when you do.
What is useful or valuable to me? Is there
You already asked that.
Did I? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
that was your first question.
What should I be on the lookout for?
When you're looking at the noticing how the glow returns when you put it back in, you should be on the lookout for it. It's there must be some sort of mechanism that's feeding this thing's energy back into itself.
Oh, so like a perpetual machinery. Wait a minute.
That
Perpetual motion machines don't exist.
But you're looking at one. It clearly exists.
It does not respect the laws of thermodynamics.
Well, do you respect the laws of thermodynamics?
Well, not personally, but I have to physically.
I
Not
don't respect
anymore.
them, but I follow them.
Not anymore. You're looking at a machine that reinvigorates itself.
What the? This could be the. My God, this could be the scientific breakthrough of the century. Do you realize what you could do with a perpetual machine like this?
Well, yeah, we're looking at an example of what it can do. Also, it's not the scientific breakthrough of the century, it's 5,000 years old.
Oh, true, but.
How does
Now,
it feel
someone
to be?
else.
How does it feel to be following in the fucking footsteps of people from 5,000 years ago?
Oh, Nico does not like this. Well, I'll figure out how it works and I'll improve it.
Well, there you go. Figure it out, improve it, slap your name on it, and we'll make a lot of money together. Oh, speaking of making a lot of money, and yeah, Lydian tells Nico what Dwight did, like rolling up to his cousin's house and basically fucking blackmailing him.
What an asshole! I'm gonna steam him.
But no, don't steam him now. Palmer's wife, Katie, she doesn't know about any of this, so we have to be a little bit. We have to be a bit cautious about this one. We have to keep it quiet for the time being. Just know that Dwight's playing his hand, and that hand is holding a knife, and that is a really mixed metaphor.
Yeah, I don't quite follow.
Well, look. Fact of the matter is, Dwight's got his game, we got ours. He has his in, I have mine. So, we may not need to go all the way with Dwight, frankly. But for now,
I don't like the phrase "go all the way" with Dwight.
Get your mind out of the gutter. Get
I'd like
out
for
of there.
Flora to do that.
Now, we're gonna make a lot of money. Oh, now we do have a place to stay. It's at Palmer's house. Dwight's cousin, the one who he's taken for a fool.
Yes.
Yeah, we're staying at their house. It's mighty awkward.
Oh boy.
You got it. You'll
No,
have a
don't,
you'll have
don't
a
make
room
me
to
sleep in the same room. Don't make me sleep in the same room as them again.
It shouldn't come to that. I think we'll have our own room now.
Dwight snores.
Okay, now can I make a humble request on behalf of the masters of the house?
Okay.
Please don't do any inventing in there. There's kids.
My kids? Good lord, no. You remember last time kids got near my invention? I'm not putting any inventions near kids ever again.
Well then, that's why I'm asking. Please do not do any inventing on their premises.
No. Fine.
I've gotten you this workshop. I've paid up for this workshop. That'll be fine. You can do all your inventing in here. This is your playground for the next 3 days. More if it's needed.
Well, yes, that's good enough, I guess, yes. What a fascinating machinery.
Now, if you need anything else, like assistance, extra time, materials, I can try and get them for you. Now, he does hand Nico a note with an address. Now, that's where they live. I've got to go and buy a gun. And then Lydian walks out.
Huh. I didn't know he went hunting.
I guess I'm gonna do a supply roll to find a place I can buy a gun. Didn't have to be any
Yeah.
fancy.
Let's see if he can manage it.
Oh, that's a
I
question.
figure
That's a question.
know-
Yeah, are guns legal in this town, or is it a gun control joint?
this is one of the places where there was a lot of wars, so I figure, there would be a lot of, relatively compared to most places, like certainly Terrebonne, I figure if there's anywhere guns are going to be relatively cheap.